Was it the assessment of the intelligence community that there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime, yes or no?
Senator, the only person who can determine what is and is not an imminent threat is the president.
False. This is the worldwide threats hearing where you present to Congress national intelligence, timely, objective, and independent of political considerations. You've stated today that the intelligence community's assessment is that Iran's nuclear enrichment program was obliterated and that, quote, there had been no efforts since then to try to rebuild their enrichment capability. Was it the intelligence community's assessment that nevertheless, despite this obliteration, there was a, quote, imminent nuclear threat posed by the Iranian regime? Yes or no?
It is not the intelligence community's responsibility to determine what is and is not an imminent threat.
Glenn, what's the point of having an intelligence community if they don't assess threats to the United States?
It's so painful to listen to that. I will confess, I've covered Tulsi. I've, had somewhat of a personal, I guess you could call it a friendship with her. I have respected her even when I disagreed with her. Remember, she became a known political quantity by destroying her political future in the Democratic Party, which was very bright. She became the vice chair of the DNC very quickly, and she resigned in order to blow the whistle on the DNC for cheating for Hillary Clinton against Bernie Sanders. And that kind of resignation on principle is something I think we need so much of. It's what we just saw her deputy Joe Kent do, but that she's afraid to do. And what's happening here is she knows that Iran was not pursuing a nuclear weapon. She said that under oath last year, 2 months before Trump went and attacked Iran with Israel. And Trump, in public, when asked about it, said, I don't care what Tulsi Gabbard said, like completely demeaning her. So she doesn't want to lie and say, oh no, Iran has a nuclear weapon, they were about to get one. But she also seems so desperate to cling to power that she's spouting what she knows are idiocies like these. Like, oh, it's just for the president to decide, not for me. Well, then what's her job? And like, what did George Bush do wrong? If he thought Saddam Hussein was a threat, who was anyone to question him? He's the president, only he makes that determination. It's really sad to watch what she's doing, not only to herself, but to our country.
I totally agree. Final question for you. I think it's pretty clear now that there is continuity from one administration to the next when it comes to foreign policy. I mean, just look at the Obama administration. He gets elected because there's so much disdain for the type of foreign policy that was carried out under George W. Bush's administration. He not only continued that foreign policy, he expanded it. He's the one who put boots on the ground in Libya. And so my question to you is, if elections aren't enough to change the trajectory of US foreign policy, what can Americans do? Because it does seem that there is a deep state, and these are the individuals, unelected officials within the government that are making the decisions, regardless of what the administration genuinely wants or what the president genuinely wants. I don't know if that sounds conspiratorial to you, but to me, that continuity exists for a reason.
I went through the first campaign that I covered as a journalist was 2008. And I was a constitutional lawyer before I became a journalist. And so listening to Barack Obama talking about the importance of habeas corpus and not putting people in prison with no charges for life without giving them a chance to prove their innocence, and overturning all these like civil liberties abuses in the name of the war on terror and these endless wars, I actually believe that he meant that. Because and on some level, I think that he did. And he gets into office, and suddenly you're surrounded by these guys with, huge medals on their chest and these secret rooms in the CIA. And you're told that if you end this program, you're going to have blood on your hands. And JFK was killed under these are not people who play games. And this is what the deep state is. It is a permanent power faction in Washington that exists and exerts power regardless of which presidents come and go. And you don't want to be blackpilled and say, I'm never going to believe in a politician again who runs for president because I don't think they're going to get into office and do anything other than what they're told to do. But you have to also be realistic and at some point realize that change is going to require a lot more than just how you vote every 4 years or every 2 years or pledging allegiance to a particular party, because it is proven over and over that no matter how much they promise that they're not going to continue these policies continue whether they want to or not. And that's just the reality. And if you've been around long enough, unfortunately, like you and I have, even though we're still very young, there's no other alternative but to accept that.
Glenn, you do incredibly important work. Everyone, please check out his work over on Substack. I watch System Update on YouTube. I know is it still on Rumble? I'm not sure, but you can check it out.
No, we're not doing the show anywhere. Yeah, but we're on YouTube and Substack and everywhere else.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us and being so generous with your time. See you soon.
No problem. See you. Bye.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.